This week we worked on advancing her recall by going to parks and other public spaces using a long leash.
Mollie, come. Yes, good girl.
This week with Place, we focused on building duration between reinforcement, as well as adding in some distractions. This included things we were doing around the house, as well as the front door opening.
Oh, Mollie, place. Girl. No, place. Good girl.
Mollie, place. All the way, Mom. Good girl. Yes, good girl. Next, we combined Place with the front door with a guest coming in. So here I have Mollie going to her place while the guest enters in. I say my hellos, we greet each other, and then I am going to cue Mollie to go have a polite greeting where she touches the guest's hand, comes back to me for a reward. I let her go back to do the same thing, receive some pets, she stays calm, no jumping, and then she's going to come back to me and I'm going to set her back on place for a little bit.
Good girl.
As she got more comfortable outside, we started to work on her leash skills. The first step in this was doing what I call rewarding good choices. This means that I was rewarding behaviors that I liked and that I wanted to see more of when on a walk. Examples of this were walking at my side, offering me attention, and even walking in front of me, but with the leash loose. Yes. So throughout this clip, what you see is that when she is offering those behaviors that I like,
Yes.
I'm marking yes and rewarding her at my side.
Girl.
Rewarding her at the side that you want her walking on is very purposeful. That encourages her to stay in the area you want her, showing her that all the good things happen on your left side. And over time, we will slowly start spacing out how often she's rewarded for those behaviors. Yes. Mollie, over. The cue over simply means to get off to the side of the road, trail, pathway that we're walking on, and sit down. We use this when cars were coming, or in places like public parks where we want to get off to the side, maybe when a person, a bike, children, dogs are passing by. Look at the game is the protocol we're using to help Mollie with her feelings around seeing
Yes,
strangers
good
and dogs out on
girl.
walks. So as you can see in this video, when she looks at the person that's passing by, I mark yes and reward her. And then you'll
Yes,
also
good
see moments
boy,
where she's able
girl.
to
Good boy.
see the person and look back at me on her own, and then I can mark and
Mollie,
reward those
over.
moments. This protocol is just helping her
Yes,
feel better
girl.
about that and about seeing those people and helping her feel more
Yes,
comfortable
girl.
out in the world.
Yes. 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 Good girl. Yes. 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 Good girl. Yes.
As you can see in this video, seeing
Yes.
dogs pass by is a lot more difficult for Mollie. And so what you'll see
girl.
is we have to have a little bit more distance from
Yes.
the dog and the person for her to be able to respond, as well as I'm being a little bit quicker to mark her when she looks at the dog than I was in the previous videos when it was just a human passing
Yes.
by.
Yes. Good girl. Let's go. Good girl.
Wait simply means do not go any further. So this can be applied in lots of different scenarios. Here you can see I'm using it at the front door. I've told her to wait as I go out the door. She's not allowed to go through the threshold until she hears the cue free, which is her release word.
Wait.
And then you'll see in the next
Yes,
few
good
clips I'm using it out on
girl.
walks as
Good
a
job.
stop to tell her not to go any
Wait.
further.
Wait. Free.
For cooperative care grooming, we focused on body handling and using several different positions and cues to help her with that. So one was the chin rest, which you had already taught her. So we worked on building duration and then working in that to some body handling, checking ears, eyes, things a groomer or a vet or you may need to do with her, and just using that chin rest behavior. The next cue was stand. So this was more for grooming purposes. Having her be able to stand while brushing her is really helpful, so you can make sure you get all those spots, sides of legs, belly, all those things. But we're also practicing just general body handling for this. Again, so if you, a vet or a groomer, were needing to check her out a little bit more, they would be able to do so without her getting too uncomfortable. Next up was the settle cue. This is asking her to lay flat on her side. So again, this one can be used for grooming to get the side of her. I also really like this position for nail trimming, especially for those back legs. And again, this could also be used for vet care if the vet needs to check out something specific for her. And you can see here, as long as she continues to hold the position, I will do some body handling and then reward her for staying in the position, but she understands to stay in that position until I have released her from it.
Girl, nice job.
The next one was shake and paw, which you guys had already started with her. So what I worked on with her this week was building that cue for both paws and being able to offer the correct paw that I'm looking for, as well as applying pressure to her foot when she does this to build up to using nail trimmers for her. Leave it means back away from that item. So we practice this in training sessions as well as having some real life practice moments.
Girl.
Here I'm having my son throw a food wrapper on the ground. She goes for it, cue her, leave it, and then
good
reward her.
girl.
Drop it means let go of the thing that is in your mouth. So we started out by practicing with
Drop
toys
it.
and then building up to
Yes,
higher
good
value
girl.
items such as chew bones.
Drop it. Yes, good girl. Nice.
And that's a wrap on Mollie's second week of training.